What's up, everybody? It's me, DisBearity here, and welcome to another class overview video. This time around, we're going to be going over the Warlock class. Now, keep in mind, as a disclaimer, this video is not supposed to teach you any type of meta build or how to get through the game through tactician mode. It's just an overview going over the class, so keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and get this started. So as a Warlock, you are bound by a pact to an all-powerful patron. Warlocks trade their loyalty and supernatural abilities and unique magic. So as a Warlock here, you're proficient in simple weapons and also light armor. The cantrips that you start out with are Eldritch Blast and also Blade Ward. And as a class feature, of course, you gain Warlock spell slots. So as you guys see here, you can switch your cantrips over whenever you want to. As you guys know, if you watch previous videos, we've already been through the majority of these cantrips. But one of the newest ones here is definitely Eldritch Blast, which is a force spell. So you have a couple of subclasses here, which the Fiend, Warlocks in service to Fiends work towards corrupting disruptive ends, intentionally or otherwise, and receive hellish blessings in turn. Okay, so now I'm going to be going over the subclasses. So the subclasses, the first one is the Fiend. Warlocks in service to Fiends work towards corrupting disruptive ends, intentionally or otherwise, and receive hellish blessings in turn. So the spells that you get are the Armor Aegis, which you gain 5 temporary hit points and deal 5 cold damage to any creature that hits you with a melee attack. And then you have Arms of Hadar, prevents targets from using reactions. And then as a subclass feature, when you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, this gift from your patron grants you 4 temporary hit points. So this is called the Dark One's Blessing. Next we have the Great Old One. The Great Old One here. Warlocks bound to eldritch beings in the far realm and work towards inscrutable goals, gaining strange powers over entropy and the mind. So as you guys see here, you get Dissonant Whispers and also Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So think of you like a spellcaster with also a bit of crowd control in the mix. Then you get a subclass feature that's called Mortal Reminder. When you land a critical hit against a creature, that creature and any nearby enemies must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become frightened until the end of their turn. Then you have the Archfey. Graced by the Lady or Lord of the Fae, you are imbued with all of the sumptuous and scary qualities of your patron's extraordinary realm. So you'll get access to Fairy Fire and also Sleep. And then for actions, if you have Fey Presence, charm or frighten nearby foes with Fey Wilds beguiling disturbing magics. Really nice there. So then, of course, we're going to go with the Fiend. Fiend is probably, as a Warlock, is probably one of my favorites, honestly. Okay, so a couple things I want to go over real quick is that as you are a Warlock, a couple of your spells are charisma based. So having a high charisma is pretty much very important, at least in my personal opinion. Your starting selected spells, of course, is the Armor Agathis. And then you're also another spell is Arms of Hadar. Now, you do have a couple of the good choices here, like Burning Hands, Charm Person, and Command. Really nice. You also have Hellish Rebuke, which is actually one of my favorites because it is a reaction command. Very nice to use. You also have Hex, Protection from Evil and Good, and last but not least, Witch Bolt. So then, like I said, a lot of your spells are charisma based, so Strength, you're not going to really be frontlining, so keep that in mind. Dexterity is 13, 14 Constitution, 13 on Intelligence, 10 on Wisdom, and also 17 on Charisma. So as long as you are Charisma proficient, you are going to be just fine. All right, so let's go ahead and confirm this. All right, so let's go ahead and get on into the level up here. So as you guys see, health increase from 10 to 17. We gain another spell slot, also gain a spell, and we can also replace a spell. So we gain 1 spell here, and because I'm level 2, I am going to go with Hellish Rebuke. Again, it's one of my favorites because it is a reaction command. As you guys see here, react to your next attacker with flames that deal 10 to 20 fire damage. So if you can hit that 20 roll, it's a chef's kiss, y'all. So now you have a choice of Eldritch Invocations. In your study of the occult lore, you have Unearthed Eldritch Invocations, fragments of forbidden knowledge that imbue you with a abiding magical prowess. Couple of my favorites are Agonizing Blast and also Repelling Blast. So I'll read those two in just a sec. So we'll go with Armor of Shadows here. You can cast Mage Armor on yourself at will without expending a spell slot. Mage Armor increases your armor class when you aren't wearing any armor. Beast Speech. You can cast Speak with Animals at will without expending a spell slot. Beguiling Influence. You invoke your patron's bewitching charm. You gain proficiency in deception and persuasion. Double Sight. See normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical to a distance of 24 meters. Fiendish Vigor. You can cast False Life on yourself at will. as a level 1 spell without expending a spell slot. The Mask of Many Faces. You can disguise itself at will without expending a spell slot. One with the Shadows. You can learn how to cast One with the Shadows. And if we looking closer, One with the Shadows is vanish into the darkness and become invisible as long as you stand still. So, example, you want to steal some things, as long as you stand still, you can do that. And last but not least is Thief of 5 Fates. Once per long rest, you can cast Bane using Warlock spell slot. Bane targets up to 3 creatures. They receive a 1d4 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws. Now, go ahead and look at Agonizing Blast. When you cast Eldritch Blast, add your Charisma modifier to the damage it deals, unless it's a negative. So as you guys see, your Charisma modifier here. Force Personality improves spellcasting for bards, paladins, sorcerers, and warlocks. Influence trader prices. So +5 to saving throws, +3 to from charisma, and also +2 to proficiency. Very nice. And then on top of that, Repelling Blast. When you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you can push that creature up to 4.5 meters away from you. So let's say you cannot reach a certain creature or enemy and they're on top of a cliff. Let's say that Eldritch Blast, you use it, right? That pushback can potentially push them off the cliff and fall to their death. Really nice, really way to abuse that function. So, as you see, we get another spell slot, health increase from 17 to 24, and we gain another spell. So looking at spells here, now we get a couple good ones here, at least a couple great ones. As you guys know, you have Darkness and Crown of Magic. Hold Person's pretty great to use. Mirror Image is excellent. It's like a chef's kiss to use as well. And then also Cloud of Daggers is really great, especially if you're fighting in a corridor, but that is also a concentration spell. Misstep is really nice and really useful as well, in case you want to get away from a certain opponent or get in their face and engage. Very nice to use. But in this case, guys, we're going to go ahead and go with Mirror Image. Now, Pact from Boon. Your patron bestows a gift upon you for your loyal service. Choose one of the following pacts. Pact of the Chain. Gain the service of familiar, a faith spirit that takes form of your choosing. This can be an animal, imp, or quasit. Pact of the Blade. You can summon a pact weapon or bind one or bind the one you're wielding, making it magical. Then last but not least, you get the Pact of Tome. Your patron grants you a grimoire called the Book of Shadows, which allows you to cast Guidance, Vicious Mockery, and Thornwhip. So, in this case, Pact of Blade will be kind of nice, honestly, because that means you can summon a weapon to your choice in your hand, or you can, if you already have a weapon in your hand, you can make it magical. So it's very useful. Now, the Impact too is actually pretty decent as well, because it does give you another body on the battlefield for your enemies to focus. Okay, so as you can see, when we leveled up here, we went from 24 HP to 31. We gained a cantrip. We gained a spell, and we also gained a feature as well. So with cantrip, it's like, what should we go with here? True Strike, guys, don't ever pick it. It's just not really worth it, in my personal opinion. So I would go with something like Bone Chill, or Acid, or Poison Spray, or better yet, Friends. Friends could be also nice as well. So now we get access to another spell. And so this time around, I'm going to go with Misty Step. You can jump in and out at will. And now we gain a feature. As a feature, you get to, just choose what you think that's going to fit best with your character here. Like, how is your character going to perform in battle with this feat, right? So you have Mage Initiate. You learn 2 cantrips and a level 1 spell from a Warlock spell list. You can cast a level 1 spell once per long rest. Your spell casting ability for all 3 spells is Charisma. So if that's what you want to go with, you can definitely go with that. Or you can go with Elemental Adept. Your spells ignore resistance to a damage type of your choice. When you cast spells of that type, you cannot roll a 1. So example here. Now, if I were to choose, let's say lightning, that means that whenever I attack somebody with lightning, they're not able to have resistance against that. So it's very nice, very worth. So now we enter level 5, we do get another class action or class feature, which is Deep Impact. Pleased with your service, your otherworldly patron added a new bonus to the terms of your pack. Blade pact holders gain an extra attack with their pact weapon. The Pact of the Chains familiar also gains an extra attack. And Pact of Tone Warlocks can cast Animate Dead, Haste, and Call Lightning once per turn. Those spells here, again, we get some new spells. So, with these new spells, we get access to Counterspell. Nullify another creature spell as a reaction. The spell must be a 3rd level or lower. If it's higher, you must succeed a check to nullify it. You have Fear, Fireball, Grant Flight, Gaseous Form, Hunger of Hadar, Hypnotic Pattern, and Remove Curse. Now, Hunger of Hadar is pretty great because creatures within the Black Spirit are blinded and take damage at the end of their turn and the start of the turn. Very useful, very kind of busted, in my personal opinion. So now we got to choose another Eldritch Invocation. So it looks like we have a couple of new ones here. Like Mirror the Mind, you can cast Slow with a Warlock spell slot. Find an Omen, you can cast Bestow Curse with a Warlock spell slot. Of course, you get Armor of Shadows, you can now cast Mage Armor yourself. You have Beast Speech, Beguiling Influence, Devil's Sight, Fiendish Vigor, Mask of Many Faces, Warmth of Shadows, and Thief of 5 Fates. So let's go ahead and go with Mire the Mind. Okay, so now that I entered level 6, we're getting some great stuff here. So health increase from level 38 to 45. Subclass, the Dark One's Own Luck. Call on your patron to change your fate. Adds a 1d9, adds a 1d10 to an ability check. So now we go back to spells here. What spell should I go with now? You know what? I'm feeling kind of feisty. We're going to go with Fireball. It's a big, gigantic AoE spell that can do between 8 to 48 damage. As you guys see here, on save targets will still take half damage. So that's if they save it, they still take half the damage. All right, so we get access to even more spells here. So we get a choice of Fire Shield, Dimensional Door, Blight, Banishment, Counterspell, Fear, and also Grant Flight. Now, one I'm going to go with, which might seem kind of weird for you guys, is definitely Grant Flight, so we can jump what I need to jump to without haste, without having to use any weird movement speed or anything of the sort. Now we get more access to Eldritch Invocations here. The Book of Secrets, gain Radiant Sickness, Chromatic Orb, and Silent Spells. You can cast these spells once per long rest, and they don't expend any spell slots when cast. You can cast Confusion with a Warlock spell slot. Again, you got the other ones here like Armor of Shadows. So all these rest of them are still the same. So the Book of Secrets are going to be very useful, especially that Silence is very nice. Okay, so we get a new feature. We also get a new spell slot as usual. So now, you know what? Looking at this too, I would actually have to go back and rework this Warlock build anyways, because I'll have to switch that last feature from thunder, or no, it was lightning, to fire until we gain a lightning spell. All right, so as you see here, we get access to a bit more spells here. Banishment is pretty cool. You know that if that one boss or that one enemy is being annoying, Banishment, send them over somewhere else for a couple turns, and that'll come back. Hopefully then you should do enough damage in order to defeat your enemies. Now, because you're a Warlock here, if you ever want to, you're not really proficient in heavy armor, but if you want to wear some armor, like light armor, you definitely can. Or, well, actually, no, you already are proficient in that, so you'll have to look for medium armor in order to do that. Now, let's see. Ritual Caster, you gain 2 ritual spells to your choice, so let's go ahead and go with that here. Change spell here, Ritual. You know what? Here we go. Find Familiar. And also, we'll go ahead and go Speak with Animals. And that is it, folks. So I hope that you guys got an idea of what a Warlock is supposed to be about. If you guys did, definitely consider liking and subscribing. Also, hit that notification bell down below to be notified on any future guides for this game. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for the support and all that you guys do. And I'll see y'all for the next one. Peace out. Much love. Have a good one, y'all. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below.
Thanks for watching.